What's up? It's your most hated kaiju power star, King Churros here, and I'm back at it again with another versus battle. This time, it's a classic. It's a little retro here. We're going back in time with King Ghidorah 2019 versus SpaceGodzilla. This is a video I made about a year ago, but I'm gonna be honest, guys. Looking back at it now, I'm not a huge fan of this video. This was back during a time when I didn't really understand power scaling, and I kind of just looked at things for face value, and that's it. And I'm pretty sure some of you who watched the first video and were upset with that and looking back at this video is like, yeah, bro, you did not know nothing at all. And trust me, I know, guys, I know. I grew a lot better and I did a lot more research now and I'm a lot better at it now. So I want to kind of just look back at this old video and debunk it and kind of go over who I think would win this fight. Now, this could mean I changed the winner of the battle, or I kept the same winner, but I have better arguments. So just stick with the video and just let's just flame how bad my old video used to be. Let's just see how bad this is. Let's skip the intro.
Fantasy battles, and for today we have the boys, King Ghidorah 2019 and SpaceGodzilla. This battle is finna be some heat with these two. Now we'll get into their stats and their feats, then we'll analyze how the battle will go down and see who would be the possible winner. So we'll start off with the homie King Ghidorah. He is 521 feet. He weighs 141,056 tons. He has a wingspan of 238.8 meters, and he flies at 550 knots.
A little pause here. We got some updates that his speed is around Mach 0.8. So he's subsonic Mach speeds, but he doesn't even come to Mach 1 speeds, and that's going to play a part later in this video, but we'll let it rock.
Gravity beams, flight, gravity beams for the wings, durability, and high regeneration. His feats are, his gravity beams are extremely strong, and I mean extremely strong. They're able to knock down Godzilla, who weighs 99,000 tons. He one-shotted Rodan with one beam, and he disintegrated Mothra into dust with all three. So there ain't no joke, bruh. And then let's talk about his bite force and his necks. He was able to lift Godzilla, who we already talked about, is 99,000 tons, with his necks and slam him down yet again, and then drop Godzilla from the sky.
You guys ever notice in like my really old scaling videos, everything used to be just about weight? Like I still use like weight and size now because it does play a factor, but like that like contributes to like all of my arguments back in the day, man. Like, oh boy.
So King Ghidorah is highly powerful. As for weaknesses, he doesn't have too many, but he's pretty trash underwater, and his regeneration can take some time depending on the attack. But overall, King Ghidorah is pretty goated. Now let's get on.
So that analysis was okay. You know, I got some of the basic points out, like he's able to defeat Rodan effortlessly, but the problem with that is I didn't describe how strong Rodan is. That's just a loose statement. So here's why him beating Rodan so easily is a good feat. For one, Rodan can outspeed jets, so he's around Mach 3 speed. So Rodan is faster than King Ghidorah. So I could use that as an argument that Ghidorah is able to keep up with characters at least up to Mach 3 speeds. So he can keep up with characters that are faster than him, which I didn't use back in the video if I had to bring out that point. Not to mention, Rodan levels cities just by flying over them. And yeah, he just has high attack potency, but with Ghidorah, he didn't even land a scratch on Ghidorah. So yeah, I didn't use arguments like that. Disintegrating Mothra was another thing. Mothra was able to tank some Rodan blows. And yeah, we don't got too much on Mothra, but yeah, there was that with Mothra. What else did I forget to mention? Brought up the weakness to water, gravity beams. Forgot to mention how much joules and energy Monsterverse Ghidorah has. So Monsterverse Ghidorah, like, it's crazy, like how good Monsterverse Ghidorah is when it comes to joules and energy. He's able to produce like nearly for like 4,500. No, not 40. Yeah, like 45 plus exatons of energy because he's like able to surround storms around the entire planet. Now, he didn't get to that point in the movie, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the novelization said he did, but from most sources that scale Ghidorah, none of them put him at putting storms all around the entire planet because that would put him at planetary, and most power scholars see him as multi-continental. Although I have talked with some people, and I myself has done some research, and it's possible for this version of King Ghidorah to be up to small planet level. So you could highball him and make an argument for that. But for the most consistent argument, he's multi-continental in that state. But yeah, there's that. So let's get on to Space Godzilla.
Homie Space Godzilla. He is at the height of 120 meters or 393 feet, so he's the same height as legendary Goji. He weighs 80,000 tons and 720,000 tons in flight. His
Oh
abilities
wait.
are Photon Reactive Shield, Corona Beam, Flight, Gravity Tornado, Geokinesis, Homing Ghost, and a Photon Hurricane. Now, Space Godzilla got so many weaknesses, though. He is slow, so slow. He's not melee.
Look how I went straight to hating on Space Godzilla. Like I didn't even give any of his feats. Like I just said his abilities, and I went straight to his weaknesses. Like, it like this video makes it out like I don't like Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla is awesome. I don't know why. I don't know why I went straight to hating on him, but since I didn't do it before, I'll do it now. So, for one, Space Godzilla scales to Heisei, and for most people and like most consistent wise, he is the strongest version of Godzilla live action wise, right? And so this is how either you want to scale Space Godzilla. For one, his origins is already starting in a black hole. So for some people or most, you could argue that he was born in a black hole. He has black hole durability. So for one, he's already at black hole level right from jump. Me personally, I'm not sure about all of that, but it is a viable argument. If you want to make the argument, you are very valid for making it because there is points backing it up. And for another one, Space Godzilla can go at light speed levels. Obviously, in space, not so much on Earth. But either way, on Earth, he was moving at like around the same speed as Heisei Ghidorah, like Mach 4 speeds. So he's already like moving faster than MonsterVerse Rodan, who's probably the fastest like flying kaiju in the MonsterVerse. Then we have his like Corona beams who are able to hurt and damage Heisei Godzilla, who is should be above planetary because he was already planetary from the second he got supercharged. But his Corona beams, his crystals, were able. Some people say his crystals move at light speed. I'm gonna be honest, they don't move at light speed. Yeah, the guides say that, but if you look at the film, they're clearly not. So I'm not accepting that as a fact. But either way, they're still moving at like high speeds and able to damage kaiju. And his telekinesis is also really effective too. And there's a bunch of other things with Space Godzilla. His tail's powerful. It was able to like stab Mogira and just throw him, yank him around. Space Godzilla is really good.
Melee combatant, and if his shoulder crystals are destroyed, homie's screwed. He's too reliant on his crystals, so that's gonna be his biggest downfall. So yeah, this fight is pretty close. But Space Godzilla's speed I think is really gonna drop him down some points because
Yeah.
Mogira came at him directly point
Uh huh.
blank range
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah.
Space Godzilla couldn't do nothing. He just let
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mogira
Yeah.
shoot right
Mogira.
into
He
his
Space
neck.
Godzilla doesn't do
And when
nothing. Yeah.
Mogira lost control and just flew right at him towards the head, it just knocked him over and Space
Oh yeah.
Godzilla didn't
Space
do
Godzilla. What an
anything.
idiot,
So
man.
if King Ghidorah came up at him
So
at full
stupid.
speed, Space Godzilla is gonna be
Yeah.
too
King
slow
Ghidorah
to
coming at him
react
at
and
full
just
speed.
get
Yeah.
bodied by King Ghidorah. As we know, his three necks are very strong and
Oh yeah.
durable.
Yeah.
So
They can lift up
hopefully Space Godzilla
99,000
will get
tons, man.
bodied if that's the case. But if Space Godzilla uses projectiles like the Corona Beam
Uh huh.
and Gravity Tornadoes, he should be fine from a
He should
distance.
be. Oh
His
yeah. Yeah.
Gravity Tornado, be able to lift up King Ghidorah and throw him around would be strong, but King Ghidorah weighs a lot.
Yeah. He
So it
weighs
wouldn't
so
be that
much.
easy for Space Godzilla to do, and it would
Yeah.
drain
Space
off
Godzilla
King
can't
Ghidorah a
do
lot
it.
of power. He can use his homing ghost, which is throwing his crystals at Ghidorah, but that won't do much either because it didn't do that much to Godzilla.
Oh
So
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
King Ghidorah
Yeah.
will be
Comparing two
fine.
different
He has
kaiju's,
the
right?
durability for it as well with his regeneration. So I can't really see Space Godzilla doing all too much to King Ghidorah. I think he would really
Yeah. He
get
can't do nothing to
bodied by
Space Godzilla. You're
Ghidorah.
right.
So
Just
I'm
get.
gonna have to say it.
All right. I had enough. Okay. Let's just get this over with. For one, freaking Space Godzilla has his shield, proton shield, and that was able to react to Heisei Godzilla's like Mach 19 to 36 atomic breath and reflected back, and it made Heisei Godzilla fall over on his back. And that's pretty much how he easily won the first round with Heisei Godzilla. Now, if he was to do this with King Ghidorah, who should be his gravity beams are relative to Monsterverse Atomic Breath, who's we saw knocked not Heisei Monsterverse Ghidorah on his back or like sent him a couple of miles back. And then we also see the gravity beams, which is exactly what's reflected back on him, knock over Godzilla. And Godzilla and King Ghidorah, they have comparable durability. Arguably, Ghidorah has better durability, but this isn't a stretch at all to say. So Ghidorah's gonna get knocked over by his own gravity beams with the proton shield. Then Ghidorah can use his telekinesis. I mean, not Ghidorah, Space Godzilla can use his telekinesis. Which, oh no, he's too heavy according to this video. No, there's nothing suggesting that the telekinesis has a weight limit. He effortlessly lift up Heisei Godzilla, and yeah, there's like a 50,000 ton difference, but it's telekinesis. I don't think weight really plays a part. So Space Godzilla could lift him up and pull the stratosphere drop that Monsterverse Ghidorah did on Godzilla, except it's the other way around. And then there's other things Space Godzilla can do, like his Corona beams. His Corona beams should be able to hurt and damage him because it was able to damage a planetary being. And yes, if you highball Monsterverse Ghidorah, he could be planetary. So he could perhaps tank this stuff. But it's just the fact that Space Godzilla is also able to react a lot faster. And he has a lot more in his toolkit. Not to mention his durability, which I downplayed a lot in this video, is so much higher that the strongest weapon Monsterverse Ghidorah has is his gravity beams, which wouldn't do anything for one, because Space Godzilla can, one, reflect it. B, you should be able to tank it, because Space Godzilla, if you want to say he's in the black hole ranges, it's not even going to really hurt him that much already. So there's already that disproving this, but let me see what the last things I said.
Ghidorah wins this fight. All right.
No. Yeah, Space Godzilla just stomps this fight. It's not even a competition. It took Godzilla's spiral beam, the red one, to defeat him. But that was after he got highly damaged, losing both of his shoulder crystals and the tower where he gets his main source of power from, defeated. So in order for Godzilla to even finish him off, he had to be severely injured. For one, and Heisei Godzilla is already stronger than Monsterverse Ghidorah. So that's already just putting Ghidorah out there that he can't really do much to Space Godzilla. It's just a one-sided battle. I don't know what I was thinking back in the day, but yeah, Space Godzilla is definitely the true winner of this fight. Yeah, it was just the old days, man. Back when I really didn't get this stuff, but yeah, I just had to come back and debunk that video because I don't want that to represent like how I view these monsters and how I power scale kaiju. That was an old video, man. That was how I used to be. This is a lot more of how I actually view the fight now. Space Godzilla should win low difficulty. And yeah, and I was highballing Monsterverse Ghidorah to even try to give him a chance against this. And even then, it's not really that good of a fight for him. He's a lot slower than Space Godzilla. His durability does not compare. Yeah, he can grow back heads and stuff, but do mind you, he grew back Kevin's head on a volcano with a volcano boost from the radiation. The novelization confirms this. And it would take him time to do it. He doesn't do it in a split second. And we know Space Godzilla is able to fire the Corona beam, which might be at light speeds, and just keep blasting him with Corona beams and ghosting and homing ghosts and all of that. He just has so much variety to throw at Monsterverse Ghidorah, and Monsterverse Ghidorah couldn't really do all too much against it. So yeah, I definitely changed my stance on this. And yeah, Space Godzilla is the big winner on this fight.